2:47 p.m., Route 9 gas station. A woman pulls up to pump 3, movements jerky, panicked, checking mirrors every few seconds. A Harley rolls in. Rider in leather vest, club patches, full beard starts fueling. She glances at the store entrance. Someone's coming out. She's out of time. She grabs a receipt, scribbles frantically. As she pulls away, she shoves something into the biker's hand. He doesn't look at first, just pockets it. But seconds later, when he reads it, his entire body goes rigid. 3 words on that note made him forget about the road ahead, made him turn his bike around, made him rally every member within 50 miles. Because what she wrote wasn't a cry for help. It was a warning, and the clock was already ticking. The morning had started normal for Cole Bulldog Mitchell. Tuesday mornings at Rosie's Diner. Black coffee, rye toast. The regulars knew him. The guy who helped elderly neighbors carry groceries, who fixed kids' bikes for free, who looked like he could tear a phone book in half but used those hands to hold doors open. Cole wasn't always this way. 10 years ago, he was different. Anger faster than thoughts. Too many bottles, too many cells. The kind who wore pain like armor. But people change. By 10 a.m., he was at Morrison's motorcycle repair, teaching Tommy, a scrawny 14-year-old, how to change oil. Everything that matters, you treat with respect, Cole said, not knowing how prophetic those words would be. That protective instinct, that fatherly patience. It's what made him the perfect person to get that note. Across town, Sarah Carter was 4 hours into her shift at Mel's Diner. Single mother, 2 jobs, 8-year-old son Ethan. That evening, Ethan asked the question that broke her heart every time. "Mommy, when's Daddy coming back?" Sarah forced a smile. But Ethan didn't know his father hadn't left. He'd transformed into a controller. Bank account monitored. Phone checked nightly. Car keys kept in Vincent's pocket. Threats whispered when Ethan wasn't listening. "You leave, I'll find you. You run, I'll take him." She'd tried leaving once, made it 2 days. Vincent found them, dragged her back. That was 6 months ago. Since then, Sarah had been planning, secretly, saving $5 here, $10 there in Ethan's toy box, waiting for a crack in Vincent's control. That moment came at Route 9. Vincent had sent her to fill up his truck. He was inside buying cigarettes. She had maybe 90 seconds alone. And there was a biker. Leather vest. Club patches. The kind of man Vincent always told her to fear. But Sarah was out of options. Out of time. Out of hope. She grabbed the receipt from her purse, wrote 3 words with a shaking hand. "Help me, please," added her address, her name, her son's name. The biker was putting the nozzle back. She had 5 seconds. She walked past him, pressed the note into his palm, kept moving, got in her car, drove away without looking back. She didn't know if he'd read it, didn't know if he'd care, didn't know if she'd just made the biggest mistake of her life. All she knew was she'd tried, and trying was all she had left. Cole felt the paper in his hand. Smooth, crumpled. He almost threw it away. Then he glanced down. 3 words, handwritten. Desperate. "Help me, please," below it. "Sarah Carter, 2847 Maple Street. Husband Vincent, please. My son Ethan, 8. Cole's blood went cold. He'd seen fear before, caused it sometimes back in his old life. But this was different. This was someone so terrified they'd risked everything on a stranger. He didn't hesitate. Pulled out his phone. Called Snake, his VP. "Rally the club. We've got a situation. 2847 Maple Street. Domestic violence. Woman and kid in danger." "How do you know?" She gave me a note. Silence. Then, "I'll make the calls. How many do you need?" Cole thought about it. Thought about abusers. Thought about control. Thought about the kind of man who'd make a woman that desperate. Everyone, Cole said. We bring everyone. If you believe in standing up for those who can't defend themselves, hit that like button and subscribe to Iron Brotherhood Stories. Because what happens next proves that heroes don't always look the way you expect. Let's see how this unfolds. By 4:30 p.m., 37 motorcycles lined Maple Street. Cole knocked on 2847. Firm, controlled. Vincent opened. 6'2", gym build, clean cut. Respectable looking. We're here to see Sarah Carter, Cole said. My wife? You need to leave. You're trespassing. Not leaving until we see her. Sarah appeared, Ethan clutching her leg. She saw the 37 bikers, her eyes filled with tears. Are you okay, ma'am? Cole asked. Vincent grabbed her arm. She's fine. Sarah looked at his hand, looked at her son, looked at the wall of bikers who'd shown up. I'm not fine, and I want him to leave. Vincent tried to close the door. Cole's boot stopped it. Police arrived. Officer Martinez asked Sarah to step outside. Ma'am, are you in danger? 6 years of abuse poured out. The control, the threats, the violence. Martinez looked at Vincent. Sir, you're under arrest for domestic assault. Vincent lunged at Sarah. Tank stepped between them. Bad idea. Vincent was cuffed, still yelling, still threatening. Sarah collapsed on the steps. The bikers surrounded them, protective. A wall. You're safe now, Cole said. He can't hurt you anymore. That night, Sarah and Ethan stayed at Maria and Snake's place. Clean sheets, warm food, doors that locked. Ethan slept through the night for the first time in months. Vincent was charged with assault, battery, unlawful imprisonment. Bond denied. Trial took 3 months. He got 15 years. Restraining order for life. Sarah cried when the verdict came. From relief. Cole brought an idea to the club. How many others are out there? Too afraid to ask? The Note Project launched. Small cards with a phone number. If you need help, we're here. We listen. We act. We protect. Cards left everywhere. Gas stations, diners, laundromats, bathrooms, anywhere someone might be alone. 6 months in, 47 calls, 31 interventions, 19 people relocated safely. Back to Route 9. Same gas station. Different day. A woman pulls up to pump 5, late 20s, checking mirrors, hands shaking. A Harley pulls in. Different rider. Rachel. Been in the club 5 years. Their eyes meet. Recognition. Possibility. The woman reaches into her purse, pulls out a card, the one from the Note Project she'd found in a bathroom at work last week. She'd kept it just in case. As Rachel walks past, the woman slips the card into her hand. On the back, shaky handwriting. Red Honda. Help, please. Rachel doesn't break stride, just pockets the card. Pulls out her phone. We got a situation. She doesn't leave, just waits. Visible. A witness. Because courage is contagious. One note leads to another. One life saved leads to dozens more. Sarah didn't just save herself that day. She started a movement. Showed that asking for help isn't weakness, that strangers can become family, that the people who look scariest sometimes have the biggest hearts. Every time someone slips a note to a biker, every time a call comes through that hotline, Sarah's bravery echoes forward. The woman at Pump 5 looks at Rachel, sees her staying, and feels something she'd forgotten existed. Hope. If this story moved you, if it reminded you that we all have power to help someone in need, do 2 things. First, hit subscribe to Iron Brotherhood Stories, because real stories like this save lives. Second, comment, "You are not alone," below. Someone scrolling at 2 a.m., too scared to sleep, too broken to hope, needs to see it. Courage doesn't always look like fighting back. Sometimes it looks like slipping a note to a stranger. Sometimes It looks like 37 bikers showing up because one refused to throw away a piece of paper. Be that person. Be someone's hope. Sarah Carter slipped a note to a stranger. That stranger called his club. Together, they proved that salvation sometimes comes on 2 wheels and wears leather. Sometimes family isn't who you're born to. It's who shows up when you need them most. And sometimes, one act of desperate courage changes everything.